What's up, everybody out there? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Pepe's Point of View. I am your favorite host, your favorite music critic, your favorite R&B historian, Pepe. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you back to my channel, Pepe's Point of View. A lot of things has been going on behind the scenes, and I've been working diligently. As I told you before, there is a method to my madness, but at this moment in time, I am so excited about everything just finally coming together for me as far as all of the pieces coming together, at least in one location. I have now started my own website. I've got my website up, High and Sweet Consulting at highandsweet.com. It's going to be, uh, the link is going to be in the description box below. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm actually in my office, so I'm trying not to talk too loudly. So I'm intentionally trying to watch what I say. But anyway, it's High and Sweet, HINDS underscore FEET.com. Anywho, so I'm excited about that. You guys can go over there and click on the link and just check things out. A lot of things are going to be coming up through that. I know we have a lot of things on different social media platforms, but that's going to be the page where everything kind of lands, if you will. Having said all that today, congratulations goes out to one of my favorite R&B divas, Stephanie Mills, on the Legends tour that she's on with Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, and Patti LaBelle. And of course, congratulations goes out to her on her hit song. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to say her hit song, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And that's kind of like a segue into what I am going to talk about. Stephanie Mills' home album. I call it the final hit album that deserved more. All right. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the album is probably platinum now. And I remember on someone's platform, an R&B, I can't remember. I follow the channel, the Instagram platform. It's the R&B something. I think he said the song "Home" actually has sold like 800,000 copies. So again, the album is still doing well today. But I'm going to talk about that album, you guys. And yes, it is scripted. So I'm just going to read what I wrote, and we're going to take it from that. All righty. If you told me that Stephanie Mills would stop recording chart-topping hits after her 12th studio album, Home, I would have said no way. By 1989, Stephanie's career was on a roll. Her move to MCA Records in the mid-'80s paid off. 5 number one R&B singles, 3 top 5 R&B albums, and a loyal fan base that loved her blend of powerhouse vocals, emotional balance, and glamorous style. With Home released on June 26, 1989, she delivered what would be her last full album of major radio hits. And although the album went platinum eventually, it didn't get the sustained recognition it deserved upon its release. What happened? Why didn't the momentum continue into the 1990s? And more importantly, why does Home remain one of the most quietly influential R&B albums of its era? Let's take a look. A career hitting its stride. Maybe not. Stephanie Mills wasn't new to the game by the time Home came out. She had been a Broadway darling, an R&B mainstay, and one of few artists who could marry gospel power with pop sensibility. Her time at MCA had already produced unforgettable classics like I Feel Good All Over. You're putting a rush on me, and I've learned to respect the power of love. These weren't fleeting singles. They were foundational to the R&B canon. When Home arrived, fans and critics alike recognized the strength of its lead single, Something in the Way You Make Me Feel. Its groove was classic Mills, familiar, lush, and heartfelt. It soared to number one on the Billboard R&B chart and felt like a spiritual successor to her earlier MCA hits. The beginning of the end. Industry shifts and artistic changes. Two major forces would soon collide, ending Stephanie's commercial hot streak. First, there was industry upheaval. The early 90s brought sweeping changes to MCA Records. A major consolidation under Universal Music Group led to executive reshuffles, contract renegotiations, and a redirection of resources toward hip hop and emerging R&B acts. These shifts left artists like Mills established but perhaps not trendy, adrift in an evolving corporate landscape. Second, Stephanie herself was ready to evolve. She grew tired of playing the same venues, working with the same formula. A follow up album, Something Real, reflected this internal shift, but it didn't resonate. Its lead single, All Day and All Night, I love that song though, you guys. I love All Day and All Night. Barely cracked the top 20, and from there, her recording career began to fade from the mainstream radar. The brilliance of Home. Despite what came after, Home stands as a masterclass in vocal performance, emotional vulnerability, and subtle artistry. The title track, a re-recording of the song she made famous as Dorothy in the Wiz, was a heartfelt tribute to lyricist Charlie Smalls, who had passed in 1987. It was produced with care, featuring rich arrangements by Donna Lawrence, Donna Robinson, and Nick Martinelli, and background vocals by gospel legends Take Six. It gave Stephanie her fifth number one R&B hit and showcased her command over soaring ballads. Real Love and Comfort of a Man continued the album's emotional momentum. Wow, So Good, So Right, written and produced by the ever underrated Angela Winbush, became a quiet fan favorite. The project's production team read like a who's who of late 80s R&B, Gerald Levert and Mark Gordon. Of Levert, Barry J. Eastman, Timmy Gatling, formerly of Guy, and others. Yet for all the talent involved, the album's up-tempo tracks never quite landed. They lacked the punch of her earlier dance hits, and in a marketplace shifting toward the new jack swing and edgier production, they couldn't compete. The uneven energy between the ballads and the club tracks likely limited the album's commercial longevity. Legacy, fashion, and black glamour. Let's not forget, Stephanie Mills was more than just a voice. In the video for Something in the Way You Make Me Feel, she exuded elegance in a white power suit by Patrick Kelly. At just 4'9" she may not have been a runway model, but she embodied black glamour unapologetically. Her style, like her music, was deliberate and confident. Her visual presentation, fashion, makeup, and choreography amplified her music's impact at a time when visuals were becoming just as important as vocals. A platinum album 35 years later. Home eventually reached platinum status, but it took 35 years. In some ways, that delay makes sense. It reflects how the industry overlooked a vital body of work and how fans over time returned to it for comfort, nostalgia, and respect. It's a testament to Stephanie Mills' staying power and the timeless nature of her voice. Conclusion: why Home still matters. Home deserves more recognition than it receives. It wasn't just Stephanie Mills' last hit album. It was a final statement from a singer who had mastered her sound, her identity, and her craft. It bridged the classic R&B of the 80s with the emerging trends of the 90s, even if it didn't quite fit into the new mold. The album is a reminder. The charts may move on, but real music doesn't fade. It waits. And when it's as good as Home, it finds its way back to the people who need it the most. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I love that album. It's definitely an album I do play the A side. I wear it out. Okay, yeah, I hit the first song, Something in the Way You Make Me Feel, and listen all the way to the end. I believe the last song is what Comfort of a Man on that song album. I do listen to a couple of songs on the B side. I think there's a song called I Come to You. I love that song, I Come to You. And then I have the CD. And so I got two songs on there that I like a lot as well. I think it's called Love. Love Hasn't Been Easy on Me. Oh, gosh. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of those two songs. Love Hasn't Been Easy on Me, and it's another one. I'm trying to think, guys. I'm looking it up because I just can't quite remember uh, the name. I'm More Than a Woman. I think that's what it is. I think on the CD, yeah, Love Hasn't Been Easy on Me, and I think it's called I'm More Than a Woman. Definitely a great album. I do love it. As I said, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to move on because I'm trying to stay, on the script. But I heard her say she got a lot of flack from the album called Born for This. And I listened to that album. I actually bought it. I was so happy when she came out with a new album. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, Stephanie Mills has a new album out. The song, the lead single, Healing Time. And anyway, purchased it and listening to it. And when I found out that she said she got a lot of flack from that album, I think I know why she got probably a lot of flack from that album. And it's because, unfortunately, it's just that the vocals were not produced. When you listen to that album, it almost just sounds like, okay, come on, Stephanie, you come on, sing these songs now. That's all we want to hear you sing these songs. And unfortunately, she did not do the singing that she's known for doing on that album. And I think that's the reason why fans did not particularly care too much for the album. It's not that the production was bad. It's not that the songs choices were bad or anything like that. I liked it a lot. I have several songs on that album that I like, but I think that's the reason why we're like, So, it is what it is. It happens. And I have learned, and you should learn, you can't please everybody. You can't make everybody like you, and you can't make everybody like what you like. It is what it is. And on that note, if you come this far in my commentary, I think it's only appropriate for me to actually hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button, hang out with me, ladies and gentlemen, if you will. I think it's appropriate. And remember, over here, my motto is simple: put your behind where your heart desires to be. And whenever I leave my mother's presence, she always says to me, she says, baby, remember, I love you, but God loves you best. I look forward to seeing your next video. And until then, you should know what to do by now. Take care of yourselves out there. I promise you, take care of yourselves. Love yourself. I mean, just do right by you. I have a feeling you do right by people all the time, but you always put yourself last. And then you look around and you say, wait a minute, no one is seeing about me, taking care of my needs, catering to me, so on and so forth. So, baby, here's what you do. You stop taking care of everybody else. You prioritize yourself first. That's what you do. All right, then. Look forward to seeing you next video. And until then, take care of you. All righty.